and watch what happened. All these, I mean, TLC is very smart in that they've always, their thing has always been, let's just hang back. We'll be a fly on the wall to people's lives, living in all kinds of things, right? Love After Lockup, My Strange Addiction, all, these, they've very much gone back in the shadows, even though, I mean, you wouldn't know it, but TLC, Sister Wives has as big of ratings as all the Housewife shows, if not bigger.
I was going to say as big,
show.
honey. I think bigger.
And it's, about a polygamy couple that have couples, and anyway, they're all split. But, so I think, Bravo, Andy made himself famous too. Andy's, right? Sometimes you end up being part of your own demise. So I think they're the ones that stick out.
Okay, sure. True and true. Not even this time, next time. Not that we have to wrap up in a minute or two. I have to delve into something with Andy. We don't have time right now.
I can't wait.
Regarding this. But look, I mean, we are going to be covering this. We're going to be covering everything else. Oh, and by the way, we're going to be covering this. That's what we should say. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Bravo, I think they haven't really responded. They said we won't tolerate anything and, really nothing. But I personally don't think that Bethenny Frankel's not going to wake up and say, I'm sorry. These lawyers aren't going to wake up and say, we're sorry. I agree with you. These lawyers are not taking this on to get their name out there just so that people could say, look at how great they are. Their name is already out there. This truly is. If they didn't see money, and so could this change?
I mean, I think Mark Garagos, he is a big Hollywood hotshot, but I think if Mark Garagos for the next 50 years could be associated with starting a reality television union along with Bethenny Frankel and Nene Leakes and the other attorney, I think ego is involved. I think Mark Garagos knows you're forever in the history books as look what you have done. And it's true. What they're doing is really noble. I mean, it really needs a reckoning.
And Bethany too, look, I mean, most people want as much money as possible. Whatever she sold her company for, that has been invested now for how long? So, I mean, whatever number it was, there's a lot of rumors out there that it was never $120 million. But whatever it was, I mean, it is almost probably I don't know, I would almost say maybe double based on how much it was based on the market. I mean, so it's not really how much money you have, it's how long you have it. Now it's invested. It's really to go down in the history books as the reality TV person that started this union. I really think this isn't whether Bethany's going to be on another reality show on Bravo. And by the way, Housewives will be gone one day, everybody. So this truly, I agree with you, is so much bigger. And I think very few people are in a position to say it's not about the money. I mean, look, there's a huge payday for Bethenny too, if this all works, which she gets on the back end. And, I think that's interesting that they can get something on the back end. And I also think, her big thing is she's saying it over and over, which is ego. She loves saying it. She's like, I was the only one who was smart enough to not do it. And the Bethenny clause, she said, guess what? This is the new Bethenny clause that you will get the back end and you will get this. And now she wants, when all this is settled, she wants a new clause in the contract. That's what it
is with Bethenny and Nene. It's they have amazing points, and then you have to listen for 10 minutes all about them. And it's of course, go on, tell me about the Bethenny clause. Tell me about Nene Leakes building the entire franchise and going to bat for every other woman. And
what was I going to say? So she wants the biggest thing is she's like, I want the Bethenny clause stricken. And look, I do agree with that. Listen, I understand that if it wasn't for the show, that the sales wouldn't, I get it. The sales are higher, but I also don't get it. If you sign a contract and we're going to use your likeliness, I think personally, out of everything she's fighting for, I think they should just give the Bethenny clause as being strict. Because the thing is, so say that you sign up for a reality show, you get $60,000 your first year, then 120, then 3, whatever. You're making really good money, but they're also getting a lot out of it. The New Jersey Housewives rated over 1 million. So they're going to BravoCon is making money. Now, if you come up with an idea, whether it's Ramona Pinot Grigio, the Countess Cabaret, or Craig Conover goes and writes his second book on sewing, they're getting a piece of that. Now, why should they? Yes, Ramona Pinot Grigio would not sell anything if it was Ramona that nobody knew, but that's her time. Like you edit. So if we may never know about Ramona Pinot Grigio on the TV. You can edit all the product references out. But so if Ramona's on her Instagram, I'm doing a signing, guys, tonight at mom and pop wines, come and get a bottle and get a picture. Like, why should they get a piece of that when it's your work on your own time outside the show? That's my thing.
Because here's the thing. I mean, if I were the networks, I would argue this. I mean, they are giving Ramona this platform that she would never have in a monster step up in marketing.
Well, that's their argument.
I would say they probably need to come to some agreement. I guess they probably already have it, but maybe it's not in perpetuity. I think now, like, they get 1% or something, or 2% of your company for like ever, right? Regardless of if you're on the show or not. Okay, that doesn't make sense. But I mean, everything costs money. You're going to pay for marketing. So they're basically taking a little piece off the top for marketing. They probably need to revise it. But if I'm the network, I'm like, yeah, we deserve a piece of it. We're giving you this enormous platform. And P.S., if it wasn't for the 2 million people we put you out to, you wouldn't have 300,000 followers on Instagram. I mean, Bethany, I think, isn't entirely right on that. To me, it's more about the benefits, the retirement. It's about a pension that you should be able to build. There's a retirement you should be able to build from doing this incredible work.
That's where you go. And I go to this, and maybe it's a combination. Maybe it's like, it's kind of like that pyramid type scheme or MLM, like Cameo. If I refer someone to Cameo, I get a percentage of their head. Sure. If I refer someone to my ad sales, but you get it for a limited period of time. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe it's like the Countess Cabaret year, whatever year it is, like the first year of the new product. I don't know how you would measure that, but look, it shouldn't be in perpetuity.
This as a lawyer, right? And it's always when in a defense or in a criminal case, they always go in and they do all these trumped up charges, right? They do as many charges as they possibly can, knowing that probably out of the 10 they apply, 3 are going to stick. So Bethany, I think, is smart, right? They're going to go in and go, we want Bethany clause removed. They're going to shoot for the moon, right? They're going to want it all in favor of the reality star, knowing that they're going to settle somewhere in the middle. It's going to be better than it was, but it's not going to be everything that they want. So go in guns blazing and say you don't want any Bethany clause. See what they come back with. They're going to budge.
They're going to budge, and we're going to wrap up in a second. But I want nothing more than the names of the 80. And I would love to know, you hear about Snooki and JWoww. So it seems that people that are currently on certain shows are actually joining. I bet you there's not one current housewife that's on that list. Apparently Paige DeSorbo, who's on Summer House, is part of it. So there must be some people that are currently on Bravo, but I still think the majority are going to be these ex people that are not on the show anymore. And so is this going to work? I guess not. I mean, I don't now that Garagos is involved, and I think this train is leaving. And listen, everybody wants this. Of course, it's